Hello, everybody, and welcome to MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast. We will be live in 10 minutes. We are going to be starting our live stream at 6 o'clock. So stay tuned, sit back, relax. We'll be back in just 10 minutes. We'll be live at 6 p.m. Hello, everybody, and welcome to MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast. We are here to give you guys all your latest news. We will be live in just 10 minutes, so just sit back, relax, and we will be live in just a few moments. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast, home of your everything New York Mets. We are going to be live right here on our live podcast at 6 o'clock. We are here to give you guys all of your latest news. So sit back, relax. We will be live in just a few moments right here on the MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Gennaro, and we will be live in just a few moments. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast, home of everything New York Mets. We are here to give you guys all of your New York Mets coverage, live streams, and much, much more. But also, don't forget to check out our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.com for your everything New York Mets. We are live on all major platforms today on Spotify, Instagram, iHeartRadio, YouTube, you name it. We are live on every one of those platforms tonight. We have been away for the last couple of days. We were down in Port St. Lucie. We were down at spring training. I was able to chat with a lot of guys down there. We weren't able to get so much coverage. I will be doing an upload next week, so you guys will get to see all the live streaming coverage that I was able to stream and able to put together for you guys. So you guys will be able to see that on YouTube, Instagram, and also on Facebook. So we will have that coverage for you. Also, we will be uploading it on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.com. So we have some major news development on our website, so I want to get into touching that up just a bit. But we have a lot of questions from you guys while I was away, so I want to be able to touch on some of those questions. I mean, I probably did when I was live. What did I do with those questions? Here. So I'm gonna answer a bunch of your questions on today's episode, and I think we'll go from there. But then we'll touch base on the website, because I know a lot of you guys are, want to get the live stream. So I want to really touch on that first. Just to let everybody know, we do have an Android app now. A lot of you guys were asking if we have an iOS version. Right now, we're still in development of getting that app running for you guys. We do have the APK version, but we're still in the process of working on the iOS version. But, however, if you do go on a browser, like an internet browser through the iOS system, I'm assuming that you're able to get it that way. I think it would probably work that way. Not sure on how that actually works. I have a development team in the works on that, trying to fix it. So hopefully we'll know more when that comes to. So when the app becomes available, I will let everybody know. Also, spring training is right around the corner. So we got spring training is on Saturday. We will be live streaming for you guys. Now, if you are on our website on Saturday, again, I will be doing a push notification for everybody on all of our social media platforms. Again, if you see on the right-hand side of you, like right over here is our website. Now, I'm probably going to show it again before we go live on our coverage. On how to use the app. I'll do a whole walkthrough. I'll do a whole live video. I'll do 20 minutes of it. How to use it, how to sign in, where to go, where to see the live streams, because it is a little bit on the different side, especially when you're signing up to any of our platform, signing up to any of the memberships or the free membership. Now, the free membership, which entails is spring training. Right now, we do have the spring training membership up, so it's free. So it is able for everybody to get. So if you're trying to get on the app, you're able to get on there. Number one, and number two, if you are on iOS, I do recommend going onto the Google portion on the iOS and downloading the app that way. I know that I have Apple devices as well. So, I have Android, I have Apple, just to, keep everybody, in a happy medium. So we want to be able to, get the apps working well for everybody. I do know there has been a couple of people that has hit me up and said, hey, I've been having issues, trying to see try to see your streams and stuff like that on the website using the iOS. So we're still working on it. I think hopefully by spring training, the first game of spring training, we should have that ready to go. I think everybody should have able to access the website. So, but on the website, you got to sign up. So make sure that you sign up to the website in order to get the streams. Again, spring training is free. So, I mean, when you go on there, you can sign up for the spring training free portion of it. So again, everybody will be able to get the spring training membership on there, and obviously it'll be live, and I'll actually do a walkthrough because I haven't done a walkthrough on the new platform just yet. So I will have, tomorrow will be my first video on the walkthrough of the website. Just to kind of give everybody a little bit of clarity on what's going on with it, how to sign in, which again, if you see it over here, I know, it should be right down there. It has a login, sign up button, and when you sign up for it, you can sign in. Create an account, create a username, a welcome username if you want. And because, what's cool, what we're having is that on our community board, you could chat with all the members in the community board. So, which is a really cool interface. What I did this year is for, members that when we do go live on our streams and stuff like that, you guys could actually interact with other members on our website, which was something that was requested and I was able to provide. So, I wanted to give everybody a happy medium when it comes to, interacting with others and interacting with other fans. So, without having a social media account, so we were able to really get that. So that was really something that I was looking to do for quite a while. So that was a thing. Then now in regards with the stories, now when we update stories, we will be having it into that black section that you see on the right hand corner of my screen. Well, yeah, right. Not my left. You'll see stories in there. You'll see some major updates. So anything that we do update on the website will be in that section. Any news articles will be into that section. As you scroll down on our website, you'll see. Let's see if I have it here on my screen for you. Before we actually go into the Mets coverage, because I do want to touch on that. Okay. Okay. So when you do scroll down on our fan page, it will give you the option to download. We do have a subscribe up tab where you could subscribe to the website, which will give you, again, push notifications when we do go live. All that fun stuff. Our podcast, when we do go live on our radio station, we do go live on all major platforms again. We go live on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. So those are our major platforms. We do go live on all of our social media too when we do go live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And TikTok has been pretty much exploding for us. So, and I thought that was really cool. I also got some cool new features on our page, which is for all of our members. We will be having all the spring training live games. So everybody But I mean, like before you even sign up and stuff like that, you'll see the games on our website. Not only that, you'll be able to view the game overview, which is also another new feature, and obviously you'll see the scores. You'll be able to see the stats. That's kind of one thing I know a lot of people like is stats. So I'll be able to have all that on there during the official season starts. But spring training, we will have, just whatever you guys are seeing on our website. Now, enough chit chatter about the website, and let's talk about some, spring training news. So, what we are hearing about, what's been going on, what my experience was going down there. I have five things that I'm going to touch base on this broadcast. Number one was the pitching. Who stood out, and who do I think that's going to be overall good going into spring? Now, we all know about Verlander. We all know about Max Scherzer, but who's really going to stand out? Who are you really going to see going into spring training? Would more than likely be one of two options. One, I feel that Cody Sengan, the Japanese pitcher, is a guy that a lot of these people are going to be looking at right now. I know when I was down in Port St. Lucie and I was there watching the Mets, preseason warm-ups, playing, doing BP against one another, I found that Cody Sengan happened to be really good with his command. Pitching-wise, the way he's coming off on the mound, he's still not used to our major league mounds. So he's right now still getting adjusted to that. So I think that with him over in Japan, he was kind of like trying to figure out his way of on the mound with Japan, but coming into a major league, pitching mound, had the slope is a little different and it looked a little different to him because, he was trying to, pitch off of it a little bit. From what I was told from his translator that he's not used to it, but he's starting to get a little bit familiar with our mound. So that's kind of like one thing that was a big step up with him, just trying to get familiar with the mound. So I think that's one thing that won't be too concerned. But I think the Mets overall, are very comfortable with him anyway. So I just don't. He looks comfortable. So that's kind of like how I looked at it. You look pretty positive. I mean, you couldn't understand a word he said. But, looks like a very humble guy. It looks like he's having fun out there. And, that's what kind of counts, And seeing Verlander and Max Scherzer, the second day in, I saw Max coming off the mound, pitching against a couple of our hitters. He struck out quite a few. Same thing with Verlander. I think Verlander had a little bit of a leg up over Max Scherzer. You can see Max Scherzer starting a little bit decline. I feel unfortunate, but from what I analyzed and from what I was seeing, it looks like he is kind of dipping there a little bit, kind of bringing down the curve. Am I really concerned with him in that regard? I'm not really too concerned, but I think Max Scherzer will definitely be fine. Nothing to worry about. But analyzing Justin Verlander, absolutely some stuff, man. He's got really good command coming off the mound. And he was only just doing, his pitching sessions, and that's pretty much it. So, I wasn't I'm not worried at all. I think he'll be all right. From analyzing how many pitches that he did have, so he pitched like 50 pitches, and within those 50 pitches, he pitched half of them were strikes and half of them were balls. So I mean, again, I'm not too concerned, but I think Justin Verlander will definitely come out on top, and that's my honest opinion. I think he'll be just fine. Now going into our position players, who do I think that's going to stand out, and what did I see so far? So I've seen so far Eduardo Escobar, there at third base. I haven't seen much of Brett Beatty there at third. I've seen twice in 2 days Brett Beatty taking the outfield a little bit. And I've seen him take a little first base. Now, we don't know, again, where the position is going to be with Brett Beatty going into the 23 season, but I do know that he's taken a lot of ground balls there at third base. Same thing with Escobar. Escobar's been taking a lot of third base ground balls. He has been hitting a little bit. Looks like he's healthy, ready to go. Escobar looked like he actually bulked up in the offseason, due to the injury that he had, and he went for surgery in the offseason. I think he's going to be all right. Nothing too concerning, but I think Escobar is ready to go for, the start of the season. And who else do I see that's going to really step up? I think Brandon Nimmo, with the re-sign with Brandon Nimmo and re-signing for 6-7 years, I think that with that, I think that was a good move. Re-signing Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo is definitely a big asset to this team, and coming right out of the gate. So I'm willing to see on what he can do. Even though Brandon Nimmo is a guy that I feel that I'm not worried about, because we all know that he can really hit. He can hit, he can get you RBIs, and I'm not too concerned. Now, if we really want to go with a guy that could be very concerning, that needs to stay healthy in 23, is Sterling Marte. Sterling Marte has been hurt for quite a bit, last year. So if Sterling Marte could really, stay healthy, I think that with him going into this year, he had the injuries. I saw him at day 3, so he wasn't really there in day 1. He wasn't really there at day 1, but he was there at day 3. Day 2, on day 2, he was there, but he wasn't really doing anything. He was just there. He was signing autographs, and he was signing balls, really. They didn't really give him any strengthening and conditioning. But on day 3, that was when he was doing his strengthening and conditioning, which I was actually working with a trainer down there called Billy Sanchez. He was telling me, I said, I kind of really want to know what's based on his program and what he's doing. And Billy was telling me that, all he's trying to do right now is making sure that he is good on the stretch. So I think what you're going to see is with that, Billy being more with Sterling Marte being in more command, getting a lot of BP. He's probably, going to do baby steps in regards to running right now, but he could very well be starting to hit a little bit more, which we will see him take a lot of BP. But day 4, day 5, you didn't really see him do so much. He was just pretty much strengthening and conditioning in his workouts. So Marte with workouts look so far so good, but we need to keep him healthy in 23. If we need to give him rest, give him some rest. God damn. That's kind of how I look at it. He definitely needs to, probably get some time, but he needs to be. I would like to see Marte as DH. Well, there's so many guys that we could DH here, but in regards to injuries, we want to make sure that Marte stays injury prone. We don't want him to be injury prone. We want him to stay stable on where he is right now. So nothing too alarming. I don't think it's going to be any too concerning in my opinion, but we need to see him healthy. We need to see him here with the New York Mets and playing. And he is the big asset on this team. With him not being there last year, mid of last year, he very well, the Mets missed out on that. And that's kind of like where a lot of our games really did come to play with him not being there. So 110% need to see Sterling Marte healthy. Now, talking about Darren Ruff now here. So he's kind of like your odd man out. And why do I say Darren Ruff is your odd man out? Well, first of all, Darren Ruff is a guy that didn't really do much in the last part of the season. Within that last month and a half or so, it just didn't look good for him at all, period. I think it could have been very hard on transitioning to where he was to coming over to the New York Mets. That really put a bad leg and step down. But, I think here the Mets will definitely gear him up. I think in spring training, Buck will talk with him, and Buck will, work with him a little bit. I think that also our hitting coach will work with him also as well, which is Sanchez. So I'm not really worried. He's another guy. I thought, looking at the Mets lineup, up and down. If you really look at it, up and down the board. You got quite a couple of new faces. You got a good lineup going in. I mean, could the Mets be a 20? Could they be over a 300 team? I think so. But I think that this lineup looks really good. I like the new catcher that the Mets got, Omar Nieves. I seen him a little bit down in Port St. Lucie, taking BP. Just playing catching role. He was more trying to get the throwing down from home base to second. So he has been working on that quite often. Hitting. I seen what he could do with the bat, so the bat has been pretty good by far. But I think with his progression going into the 23 season, he's not a big home run hitter, but he can give you a lot of RBIs. So expect to see him, have a good productive 2023. But in regards to what I'm seeing so far in spring training down at Port St. Lucie, I liked on what I saw. I really liked the offense that I've seen out of him so far, and defensively. Again, he's got a good arm, so you're more than likely he's going to be not your everyday catcher, but he's definitely going to be the catcher overall. And Thomas Nito is also could very well be a guy that will be put on the back burner. So I think we're going to have a lot of our catchers in 23. But if Omar Nieves stays healthy, you're more than likely going to see Thomas Nito as your backup. Question. I had this question. I wanted to be able to answer it because yesterday somebody asked me on, what have you seen of Francisco Lindor? How's he looking down there and whatnot? But Francisco Lindor has been really relishing right now in spring. So right now he's really focused on stealing this year. He turned around. I even asked him. I said, "So what's your main focus on going in 23?" And he told me offense. So I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, I really want to learn to steal more. I didn't do that much going last year or the year before. I really would like to start stealing more." So I said, "And how would you really execute that that strategy?" And he goes, "Whatever it takes, I'm gonna execute it if I need to, and when I get the chances to get on base, I will make my chances that way." So I mean, I like on what I've seen so far by Francisco Lindor. I saw what he did. Offensively. He got quite. He was smacking them out of the park. That's for sure. His bat, his speed wise, I like, and I think the Mets got really good value out of Francisco Lindor. He's got a lot to prove. I feel a guy that needs to be that leader, and he is that leader. 110%. And he's going to lead you to a World Series, that's for sure. So I'm very confident on what I see out of him. But the Mets make that really good choice there. So here's a question for who have you seen down in spring training, and who do you think could who has changed their physique into the from spring? Well, obviously we all know about Daniel Vogelback. I've also seen Pete Alonso look like Alonso put on a little bit more weight also as well. Put on some weight and trimmed down just a bit. Pete Alonso, we all know what he's going to do. He's probably going to give you at least 40 home runs in 23. Same thing. Who else could I possibly say that would be in that range? I think Francisco Lindor will give you 25 home runs. I think, McNeil might give you 15 home runs. I would definitely like to see Marte go maybe 25. If Marte can really stay healthy and really stay agile and mobile, keep him off the injuries list, I think I really do believe that Sterling Marte could be your guy. And then we have another question here. Who do you feel that could be a big RBI contributor going into the 23 season? In my opinion, the most would be maybe 115, 120, maybe 125. Well, more than likely we'll go with Pete Alonso or Francisco Lindor. I would probably say them two to be the top two guys. But if I was really going to make someone turn a blind eye, I would probably would go with Omar Nieves. Why I say that, I think Nieves has a pretty decent bat. Could he very well be a guy that would get it over the top? Probably. I want to see him do a little bit more this year. That's for sure. We know that he has a good bat. He just needs to be able to execute that to that bat into an advantage. Okay, we're going to take one more question. Can you give us your opinion on on Carlos Carrasco. Do you think that Carrasco could get traded before the trade deadline? I don't. And why I say that is because, everybody really snubs Carlos Carrasco. I think Carlos Carrasco pitched fine last year. It's a matter of him staying healthy. I mean, he is a little bit up there in age. He's only 34 years old. He's the same age as me. I mean, what can he possibly do going into the 23 season? I think the guy is really good, in my honest opinion. He'll be able to give you RBIs when he'll give you wins when you need them. That's for sure. At a big time slot, I think he definitely come through in the playoffs for the Mets. He is a really decent pitcher by far. I like him. A lot of people again snub him, but I would love to see him go maybe 15, 16 wins. I might be being unrealistic, but 15, 16. Same thing to go with Justin Verlander. Same thing to go with Max Scherzer. But in the 2023 season, I'm going to say that Justin Verlander is going to be our ace and probably going to go and pitch for the first game. And then what likely would be Max Scherzer, then Carlos Carrasco, and then maybe Jose Quintana could be your number 4. And possibly your number 5 if you want to put in there maybe David Peterson. Or Tyler McGill. You could platoon the two if you really wanted to do that. But I think with this 23 season coming in, I think spring training, these guys are looking so far not super bad. They're not really overdoing it, thank God. But what I see now to David Peterson, he looks pretty good. Looks like he bulked up a little bit. So I'm pretty confident on where the Mets are going with these guys. But that's all of my analysis for you guys today. If you guys love our shows, please always tweet, like, and subscribe. Go check out our website, MetsXMFanZone.com. Gives you everything Mets. We give you guys live streams, news feeds, and more. So please don't forget to check it out by going to MetsXMFanZone.com. Sign up to our newsletters, and that way you guys don't miss a moment of my live coverage. If you're on Facebook, don't forget to hit the bell notification so that way you guys get notified each time we go live on all Mets news content. And also, if you're on our Facebook, we'll gladly hit that star button so that way you can show us support. So that way we could do more content like this on a daily basis. We do go live Mondays. It's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are changing the time, so it will be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays when all the games do go live. Those will be our times will be at 9 a.m. And we'll also do a pregame show every time when the Mets do go live on TV. The first game will be the 25th. I'll be doing a push notification to you guys when we do go live stream. Our first game will be on Facebook, so we will be doing it only on our streaming page. We will push it to you guys. All the links, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comment sections, or you can instant message me. A lot of people instant message me and just hit me up that way. So if you want to do that, you guys can do that. If you're on YouTube, you could just message me in the comment section, and I'm willing to answer your question there. If you're watching us on TikTok, you can DM us. If you're on Twitter, you can hit us up on Twitter. So gives you guys all the benefits of our content. You can also listen to our content too. We go live on Instagram. We do go live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, You can check us out on all those platforms. You can listen to our live podcast also on there as well. I want to thank you guys for watching here on our show today. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, please feel free to comment in the comment section down below. We would like to thank our partners for this stream today, called Ticket Network. TicketNetwork.com is your best seating arrangements. You get really good seats. Not only you get really good deals, and it's fast and reliable, and it's a lot cheaper than all the other platforms out there. So if you guys would like to check that out, you can go to our website, go to MetsXMFanZone.com/ticket network, and you could be able to get your tickets today. And plus, don't forget, when you sign up to our premium membership, we do give you really good ticket deal offers, 50% off always. So you guys can check that out today by going on our website at MetsXMFanZone.com/Mets. So we'll see you guys real soon. Don't forget to check us out. And remember how we always end the show with you guys. Be safe. Be well. Let's go Mets. We'll see you guys real soon. And thank you for watching MetsXMFanZone Live. We will see you guys in our next live podcast.